Hey guys, today, actually for this video, we're going to be talking about station number 2, the cardiovascular system. These are the longest notes of any station, so if you need to pause, go back, rewind, to be sure that you get all the notes for this note packet, be sure to do so, okay? We're going to start at the top, the function of the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is made up of your heart and your veins and your arteries, and these are going to pump blood throughout your body. So the cardiovascular system is going to circulate blood around the body and we do this to transport materials. The materials that we can transport can be things like nutrients, oxygens, hormones, etc. So nutrients, oxygen, hormones, etc. When we remember that word etc., it just means and on, a couple more things. Some organs of the cardiovascular system. The first major one being blood. So blood is going to be the liquid of the cardiovascular system. And this is going to be the liquid that these nutrients, that these oxygen molecules are transported in. There are two types of blood cells. We have red blood cells and we have white blood cells. Red blood cells have this important part called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is going to be what attach to oxygen, okay? So one important function of the cardiovascular system and our blood is to transport oxygen all around our body to get it to our muscles and to different body cells so that they can do the time. In order to actually have that blood carry that oxygen, it needs to attach to this part of the red blood cell called hemoglobin. There's another type of blood cell called white blood cells. These white blood cells have a little bit different of a function. They're going to fight any toxins or diseases. So there's actually these two types of cells, and they are just floating around in your blood, performing necessary tasks for you to be healthy and survive. There are different types of blood vessels. A blood vessel is going to be just a specific type of tube that carries blood in a certain direction. So the first type of blood vessel that we're going to talk about are arteries. And arteries are going to carry blood away from the heart to the rest of the body. So I like to remember arteries away. All arteries are going to be carrying blood away from the heart to the rest of your body to deliver those nutrients, those oxygen molecules to where they're needed. This type of blood we call oxygenated, which means that it has oxygen. In a lot of diagrams, this blood is colored red. So arteries carry blood away from the heart to the rest of the body. This blood is oxygenated, and in a lot of diagrams that you might see, this blood is colored red. Next up, we're going to have veins on the next page. Veins are going to carry blood to the heart from the body. This type of blood is deoxygenated, and a lot of times it's colored blue in different diagrams. Next, we have capillaries. Capillaries are very, very small blood vessels that go to each lung in your body. This is where those red blood cells and those hemoglobin molecules are going to pick up oxygen to deliver to the rest of your body and to your muscles. The walls of capillaries are very thin. Because they're so thin, oxygen can go through the walls by diffusion. Remember, diffusion is a term that we talked about last unit. So those are our blood vessels. Remember, blood vessels are just little tubes that carry blood throughout the body. We have capillaries, we have veins, and we have arteries. Finally, we need to talk about the heart. The heart is going to be the main organ of the cardiovascular system. So it's the main organ of the cardiovascular system. It's made up of what we call cardiac muscle. Which is just a specific type of muscle that keeps your heart beating. And the heart's main function is to pump blood through the body, both oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. The heart is divided into 4 chambers. The 2 chambers on the right are going to pump deoxygenated blood to the lungs, where oxygen is picked up and carbon dioxide is released. Remember that word deoxygenated means it has no oxygen, it needs oxygen. So the 2 chambers on the right side of the heart are going to pump that deoxygenated blood to the lungs where they can pick up oxygen and then be sent to the rest of the body. From the lungs, that oxygenated blood re-enters the left side of the heart and gets pumped to the rest of the body. Now, just to recap, remember when we look at diagrams of organs, it's always from the patient's point of view. So if we were to look at this heart, remember, the right side of the heart would be my right side if this was my heart. And the left side of the heart would be my left side over here. So if you're looking at your piece of paper, yes, it's going to be backwards. But remember, the right side over here, my right, is where the deoxygenated blood is. The left side, these 2 chambers, are going to be where the oxygenated blood is pumped to the rest of the body.